Hey guys, welcome to the channel. This is PC-Gamerz-UK here. This is the first time I'm going to be using this kind of setup. First time I've got a camera here and a camera here playing on the Innovation FLKEY 37, and I'm just trying out the new door for FL Studio 2021, I believe it is, or 21.1 or something like that. I'll leave a link in the description below if you want to check it out. And as you can see straight away, probably the first thing you will notice is the coloration of the template that I'm currently running, and I'm going to show you how you set that up. So first of all, we need to head over to here, video users. You can find it here at forum.imageline.com, and I'll leave a link in the description below. And then you need to scroll down to here, and it says I'm currently running Windows, so you'll need 20.99.30. It tells you here, look, you can use themes. And I'm just going to show you how I did that on my own door. Now, if we just come up here, I'll just give you a quick outline. Please keep the discussion here to how the features work, or bugs you find. So this release is a mix of alpha and beta features. We do this to give you early access and provide feedback before development is locked down. If you have any suggestions how something could work better, now is the time to make it. Do not use alphas, betas for missions critical projects. So this release is far from final and will change significantly before it is ready for release. So I would advise, if you're just going to use this template and things like that, just testing out the beta, I wouldn't be making any projects that you're going to be wanting to obviously mix up and mix down and things, because you might lose it. So just bear that in mind. So I'm just going to close this page. So as you can see, one of the new features that does come with this new beta version is the verb, which is, I mean, it sounds absolutely amazing. I'm just going to give you some kind of demonstrations of that in a second. I'm currently using the FLKEY 37, so if you haven't checked out my previous 2 videos or 3 videos of me setting up the FLKEY 37, please go and check them out, which I'll probably put an end screen at the end of this video. We can check them out when I was just messing about with the FLKEY 37, which I'm absolutely loving it at the moment. It's brilliant. So let's fire into this. So first of all, as you can see, like I say, the template. Now to go and change the template, you go to General Settings, and then down at the bottom here you can see here Select Theme. And I've currently called mine dark, with it being black background, but you can go to the original, and just by changing things like your hue, which I think that's the first setting that I used, saturation, and if you want the black look, obviously you go for brightness, and you can turn this all the way down. But you don't want to go too far because it just completely deletes the old door. And as you can see, we've got a little bit of fuzziness to a screen, and I think that's through the saturation. I don't know, it's just a case of having to mess around with it and getting it to sit to a colour that you like. Oh, it might be the contrast actually. So yeah, the contrast just too little bit bright, giving it that fuzziness. And then for his text, I went for all white. Obviously that's all dark. You go the completely opposite way, and straight away, bang, that just lights up. You can see everything there. I know I've not got the brightness correct, but you can tinker around with that. You can go to the steps. So in your step sequencer here, in your channel rack, for argument's sake, if you want to change the odd colours, you can change them to, say, pale violet red, accept, and that'll change them in there. You can also then change the even side to, let's just say, luminous green or something, or just green. So you can see as off steps now are in the green. And you can just tinker around with this to your art's content and get a nice theme that you like. I mean, I know there has been previous versions of themes you can add, but there's a lot of messing around, and I'm so glad FL Studio are incorporating this into the new build. So we're just going to go back to my original, well, not my original, but my own template, which is black and the purple theme. This is my own template in the background, where I've already got like a few little bits that I've got set up if I want to make a track. But the main thing I want to talk about today is the Luke's verb, but we're just going to today the loops verb, and what I've currently done is I've gone into Patcher, and we also have the VFX sequencer. So okay, let's just test this out. And there's tons and tons of presets in here. We've currently just got it on a Dead Move 5 Plux, and we all know who Dead Move 5 is, so if we just do something like and that's obviously running through the reverb, which we're just going to have a tinker here with. I'm just going to close that down. So you can see I've routed from FL Studio into the VFX sequencer so I can play by MIDI. And then we've just got a normal Harmer. Obviously it's on trial within this version. Hopefully that's not coming through too loud and my voice is still being picked up okay. So let's just turn the F9. We need to close that. And we're just going to bring up, I think we're in effects, I just put it, yeah, so I'm going to turn that off and just play it with that. And we're in scale, so. So if we just try something like, what's this, bass 2K, DM Question of Time. Just move that down an octave. So that's what it sounds like, just with a different sequence on there. Now we're going to add the loops for preset. We'll increase it. Sounds lush. So just flicking through some of the sequences here. So for it, let's just try something here. So just for argument's sake, with the new FLKEY 37, like I said, I've only had it probably 4 or 5 days now. But if we get a channel rack up here, I think I've already got a few little bits in here. So let's just delete them. Just delete them. We don't want a pattern in yet. I think it's F6 for this channel rack. And we're just going to go into scale. We're in a B major scale, so we're going to press Shift, sequencer, metronome on, press play. Hopefully that's not too loud. Seems like we've got a bit of a pattern going somewhere in there. Bear with me. Let's just get rid of that. It's here. We don't want none of them. And as I've got things already color coordinated, as you can see, when I use my channel rack, the pads all changed to like hi-hats, which I've got open hi-hats in green, my 808s in like a turquoisey green, snares in blue, darker blue for my hats, and even a darker blue for kicks, which is all synced in with my own current template that I've just set up. So let's just do kicks. Let's get the sequencer going. So press metronome on, press play. Hopefully that'll just loop now without that crap that I had logged in there for some reason. We'll just get some kicks in. Controller's volume here. What we've got hats, just draw a few in. control data, volume on them. And what you have to do is you have to bypass the current position where it is. I don't think I'm recording my. I'm not recording my mouse. That's a shame. So anyway, we'll carry on. So now we need a snare. So we'll just change this channel rec down one. Snare. Need to be here. Change the volume. Obviously we could add all effects and more reverb on that snare and stuff, but just to keep it basic, we're just going to then add 808s just to thicken it up a little bit. Turn them down in the mix. And we do is open IATs, just add one here and turn the volume down a bit. Somewhere there, down. Something like that. Yeah, that'll do. Metronome off. I'm just going to go down to this patch here, which is what I've currently got set up for Lux Luger. This should. Obviously way too loud. So yeah, what I'm doing is I'm just on the controller itself. As you can see, my patch of volume is like more or less at 3 o'clock position. So once I get this around to 3 o'clock position like now, it'll then take over, which I think is absolutely amazing. Because if you didn't know that, what happens is you could be messing around with these and just turn them up full whack without knowing. For some reason, this one. I'm just so if I press the scale mode here, that'll make sure that in B major the keys will only play in B major. So no matter where I press, they'll all play in B major, which same again, I think is absolutely amazing from the FLKEY 37. I know I've got the XSplit logo on my screen because I'm still in the trial version with the XSplit, but the actual video footage you get from the XSplit is really good, and I may be purchasing that soon. So let's just... So as you can see, the amount of fun I'm going to have in here. I don't know what happens if I actually draw one of these sequences in. So let's just say we had like a little bass line like that, but I'm sure if I press that like this on me, I've not keyed it, but we need to bring that down a scale if we can. Normally it's shift. I'll turn it down there. No, I want to kind of bring that down a key, and it was shift. Let's just leave it at that. And then in chord mode, I'm going to press shift, scale chord, which are all obviously going to be in B major, but we've got as ninths and as sevenths, as triads and as sevenths, sevenths at the top, ninths at the bottom, and then we've got ninths and 6/9 at the bottom there by using the page button. So we're just going to go back to normal chords. Kind of go to this. We'll just load this flex up. I don't really like that pattern though, so we're going to switch that up. So that's a chord derived sequence. That sounds good. Although we're going to add some chords. So like I say, we put the scale now on, and we are on this. We can use this preset button just to we're in bass, so let's go. Let's have some synthwave sounds. Sounded alright over the top of the beat, but it's a little bit loud. So let's just turn that down a bit. No, we don't want that. But as you can see, you get the idea. Obviously not planned anything for once we get in here. I'm just going to turn these down. And boom. We're going to stop that. So yeah, so as you can see, these are just a few of the new plugins that comes with the new version of FL Studio. You can mess around with the template, which, I mean, I just like the look of this. It looks bright for the text down here. I can see exactly what's happening up here in my song and pattern. It's just a lot cleaner. And these, you can change the colours of all these, change the colours of your mute buttons. Just goes channel rec back up. And yeah, so I'm going to keep this video short and sweet because, as you can see here, my Rogue Sparta X is saying I need a charge. So I'm going to end the video at that. Thanks for tuning in, guys. If you've liked anything in the video, don't forget to like, subscribe. I'm going to leave the link to this in the description, and I shall see you guys in the next one.